Okay, so this, I'm going to keep this on pause for 1 second. So at first, I was sort of dreading actually putting this match on. Why? Because I got destroyed. So, and it's actually funny now, but at the time that I was going through this match, I got, just to give you the conclusion first, I lost 6-0, 6-2. After I've watched this video now a number of times prior to reviewing it with you now, I actually wasn't that mad about how I played. But at the time, it was like 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, and I was like, okay, I'm about to lose 6-0, 6-0 to someone on my big debut of my road to winning one round, and I'm going to lose 0-0? Like that's what I was thinking in my head. So obviously the camera screwed me up a little because I was concerned about stuff I shouldn't be concerned about, right? Because I should be concerned about playing the match, my strokes, my opponent. But I'm thinking about YouTube, and I'm thinking about how ridiculous it's going to be to post a match where I get destroyed on it. But you know what? Let's be real. I mean, not trying to like give myself the okay to lose, but I'm 45 years old, jumping into these opens, playing these younger, sometimes, college kids, sometimes high school. This guy happens to be a little older than college, graduated college a few years ago. But, I'm just trying to express that, the reason why I named this series The Road to Winning One Open Round was because right now my goal is to win a round. Okay. And then my goal later will be to win 2 rounds. Right. And so I think, like I said, in this part 1 of the series, this is going to be part 3 and the last part of this series because the tournament's over for me. But this wasn't I didn't want some lofty goal that was sort of maybe unattainable. And I know there's different inspirational people out there that'll tell you like, reach for the stars. And if you miss, you'll still touch the moon or something. I forget what the expression is. But long story short, I was trying to give myself a goal that's attainable, that is still very good, right? To beat someone in an open tournament, especially this pre-qualifying tournament, which I'm going to get into here, which I don't want to press play yet because it's really sort of a funny story. But the funny story is when I got there. I'll tell you a little about that. But, so I wanted a goal that was attainable. These pre-qualifying opens are even harder than some of the other opens that I can play and find. I can find some in Irvine. I can find some out here, and it's going to be a smaller draw. I'm going to get a few older people like me playing, just trying to, keep in shape and have fun. But this pre-qualifier, like, okay, let me just go back to what I was saying was pretty funny. So I get there. Hold on, let me cough. All right, there. I have a mute button, so I'm so fancy. I get there, and I'm feeling pretty good. I take a little video, which I'll try to edit into this here somehow, but of me walking into the Barnes Center. I'm imagining some sort of dramatic music I'm going to put behind that video, right? When I put this on YouTube. And I'm not expecting to win, but I'm actually not expecting to lose either. I want to play a good match, be proud of it, and put it on YouTube. And sort of finish the series. If I lose, the series is done. If I win, cool. I'll put a match I won. And then hopefully, who knows what I'll do Saturday, because this was a late Friday night match. But as I walk into the Barnes Center, I'm sort of feeling like, wait, this is where the San Diego Open was played, because I went and watched there with my wife and daughter. And I was like, wow, this place is so cool. And then I start looking around me, and there is 0 people my age unless they are a father or a mother. Okay, so that's number 1. And so I walk in like flip-flops and sweatpants and a hoodie, and I'm like, but I'm holding my tennis stuff, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if these people think I'm a coach or a dad that's watching their kid. because everyone around me is young. Everyone around me is in shape, truthfully. They're all taller than me, and I'm 5'11", I think. I always say I'm 5'11". I don't know. Some people say I'm 5'10". But I'm going to say 5'11", since you can't see me anyways. I'm 5'11". Everyone around me is taller at this tournament. And I mean girls and boys, right? Men's and women's side. Like everyone's just like a specimen, like no joke. And when I get there, I think the men's draw already happened, because remember, if you watched the last part I got a default in the first round. So the first round was supposed to play at 1:30 in the afternoon on Friday. My second match was going to start at 6:30. I think the second round matches for men's were starting at 6. So when I got there, which was pretty early, just to get warmed up, watch some tennis, have a little fun, I was watching the women's side. And these women were unbelievable. I'm not joking around. I felt like I was watching pro tennis. I actually walked back up to like the main desk, and I was sort of like, I knew I was at the right place, but I was like, I had to like just give it a double take, because I'm like, is this the right place? Like, this is the Open? Like, these people are pros. I'm not joking. Like, but 5 seconds after I realized they weren't, but that's sort of my gut feeling. And I'm laying the groundwork here of why I was so nervous, starting the match later on. And so then a lot more of the men's draw starts showing up as it gets closer to our round about to start. And everyone is just huge. They're all wearing their college shirts, college shorts, repping their teams kind of thing, which was pretty cool, right? I like to see it. But I'm sitting there like on the floor, just sort of watching, and I'm listening to some music, got my earphones in, right? But everyone around me is like stretching. And and so I'm in my head, I'm sort of laughing, because I'm like, I should be doing this. Like, I'm smarter than this. I'm sitting here like a lazy bum, and these younger kids who are supposed to be not as smart as me because I'm older and wiser, not really. I'm supposed to be the one, doing the smart things while they're messing around and being on their phone or something. And none of them were on their phone. All of them were stretching and doing like crazy stretching. Like, right? Like, I don't even know. Like, they had the bands like tied to a pole. They were stretching their shoulders and doing these hip things. And I was like, what's going on here? I just felt so out of place, because I'm sitting there fat and lazy, and all these in shape people are around me, like stretching, getting ready. So that's already number one. And then number two, this monster of a kid walks through the door, and I recognize him as one of the kids I saw in the finals of the Pac-12 tournament at Ojai. When I went and watched with my family, we went back to Ojai and watched the finals of the Pac-12 men's and women. USC played Utah on the men's side. When the Utah number one team that played doubles walked out, I honestly couldn't believe it. And no exaggeration, I'm guessing the guys were both like 6'6", 6'7". That's how tall they were, and in shape, right? Not just tall like poles, like they were good shape. And so I recognized one of those guys walking out, and I'm like, oh, these are the kind of people I'm playing in this tournament. Like, I went and watched this guy. Like I don't know who he is, right? I still don't even know his name. But the point is, I went and had fun with my family to watch them in Ojai, and cheered them on, and, but just because it was good tennis. I cheered on USC, obviously being local, but, I was just happy to watch good tennis. And this was one of the guys walking out right now, and I'm about to play this tournament. I'm like, so I never feel this way ever. But I was a little intimidated. And I think it was sort of the combination of, being there alone, because sometimes my wife will join, my kids will join, being there where I didn't see one person my age. And so usually in these opens, I'll see some people a little older. And the combination of seeing people that I've seen prior to, like on YouTube, or, just watching college tennis, like there. And so all of this was sort of getting to me. And then I was going like, and now I got to tape my match. Like, I started thinking about this. And like I said, I never think about this stuff ever. It doesn't cross my brain. I go out and have fun because I'm old. I don't care. I'm just trying to win, trying to lose, trying to have fun, trying to lose some weight. just trying to, play tennis, right? But for some reason at this moment, it was sort of messing with me a little. So, anyways, that's a very long intro to me not even pressing play yet on this SwingVision. And since I'm recording the screen here and talking into my Rodecaster, let me find the play. Here it is. So I'm playing this guy who beats me 6-0, 6-2. That's a very nervous return. I remember feeling extremely nervous. That's me on the bottom there. Always messing with my shirt. I don't know why I do that bad habit. He didn't have a monster of a serve, but he placed it well when he needed to. That's me like not stepping up. Luckily he hit out. And I remember this first game actually distinctly feeling I am so like not hitting my strokes. Like I'm not hitting out. I didn't have a good warm up with him. I didn't warm up prior to the match, right? Because I just drove out there in San Diego. I live like an hour and a half away. And so I wasn't feeling good to begin with, but I was actually like, okay, I'll probably get out of this game winning it. I'm up 30-15 here. I'm looking a little lazy, right? Like, and then he sort of notices I'm slow and old and then starts doing this stuff to me, which is very smart because I was probably like 5 feet behind the baseline there too. And then, not a great return. Like there, I was a little crowded. I don't know what I did wrong, but obviously I was too crowded. And now it's his ad. Slice forehand return, which is ridiculous. He sees me on my heels and gives me another drop shot. Why not, right? So that's how the first game goes. And I already was like mad at myself. Like, look at, I'm taping this. Hold on, I'm going to take a drink of water. Oh, don't you hate that? Did you just hear that? Gulp, gulp, gulp. I'm already mad because I don't like giving away games anymore. And I think I've been talking about this on the podcast, which is I've come to the point in my tennis life where at least I'm not giving stuff away anymore like I used to. I just feel like if someone beats me, they beat me. I'm not giving much away. Here, I felt like I gave that game away only because he didn't really do anything to earn it that much. He just saw me playing deep and lazy and on my heels, so he smartly drop shotted me. I'm not going to give him like huge credit for that, but it shows that he has a brain, right? That he's watching me. That's good. That's impressive. But it wasn't like he blew me out of the water. Is the point I'm making, right? I still don't know. Is this kid better than me? Am I better than him? I don't know what's going on yet. I just know that he's smart. He's got a brain, and I'm not doing what I need to do. I felt like I didn't hit one ball during that first game. That was how I hit. So okay. So here's the start of the next game. Decent serve. I could have done a little more with that, but I tried to put it in the corner, and then there I just stood there, right? I got like caught, like I'm getting caught a little each time. I'm not moving. Like I'm sort of hitting and then watching it. And like that one I remember too. Like I just got stuck. I ended up volleying this shot out of the air because I couldn't move or didn't move. First serve, the whole match is absolutely horrible. It's one of the things actually I went out this morning and worked on was my serve because it was so disastrous that it was almost a liability. Usually I feel like it's not a help. But this match, it was the biggest liability ever because it got me nowhere, got me no free points, and then he just got to tee off on it a lot, which you'll watch. And I don't, by the way, I love SwingVision. It's so helpful. The stats, the way they edit, they'll edit out all the downtime. They'll edit, if you want to watch all your forehands, they'll do that. I just truthfully don't trust the miles per hour, and I also don't trust the line calling by them sometime. Because like there was a serve just that last game that he called out that was obviously out and SwingVision showed it in. So there's things like that happen that personally I don't find that function 100%. So anyways, I'm now down 2-0. Should have won my serve because if you have a decent serve, you should be holding your serve and the slight percentages should go your way. And I didn't. So now I'm down 2-0. And then this game, weirdly enough, I don't know what he was thinking, but he almost let me back in. And maybe it was because I wasn't playing good. Maybe he felt like I'm not good. I don't know. I didn't. We talked after, a very nice guy, but it's not like I was asking him what he was thinking. But long story short, he gives me 2 double faults, and I think it's 30 all. I forget if it's at this point or not. But now I'm thinking, okay, the first 2 games were bad, but I'm about to break him here. Get back on serve, and then look at that. I remember thinking like, don't hit a hard forehand, just get it in. And I end up doing that horrible slice. It's just wrong choices. And that's what usually happens. When I lose, I make a lot of wrong choices. My brain gets in the way where I'm thinking too much. And that one I remember there was like a dirt mark. The courts were actually slippery because they were actually pretty dirty, weirdly enough, even though they look so pretty. But I remember this point, I was swinging okay. I started feeling a little better, and I started getting the ad. So this is like my ad in. I forget if this is the second ad in. Then he aces me here. Yeah, I look a little slow there. See, but I'm moving horizontally there instead of forward. This is another deuce. And I go, okay, I got to win these deuce points and then just, win the ad point. So I'm trying to swing out a little more, coming in. That was not a great volley, but luckily he missed it. He probably was surprised that my volley was so bad. So here's another ad in by me, right? I'm supposed to go back to 2-1. The return was horrible. I remember he paints the line there with a good shot. So good approach by him, good aggressive nature by him. That's what I liked about him too. So look at that. It gave me the deuce. So again, I have another ad. I think I had like 4 ads, maybe 5 ads this game. And then decent return by me. Look at that's a great shot. I'm about to win this game, right? Horrible approach. And I remember like thinking as I hit it, horrible approach. Like you can't think that way. So then I just dumped the volley. Like, so I should have won that, right? If I'm playing aggressive, playing like the way I should have won that point. I mean, there another deuce, right? So I don't know how many ads this is, but this is 2-0 him, add in me like the 5th time. And I just can't seal the deal. Like, look at that. Literally, my left foot went around my whole body and stepped backwards. And that was just me not trusting my shot, not liking what I'm doing here. Look, that's so lazy. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Now that when I watch it, it's not only upsetting, but almost embarrassing when you like watch it and have to post it. It's like, man, like, come on, like get aggressive, get intense here, buddy. And so I end up finishing that point pretty good. What, 5th, 6th add in? I remember I was like, be aggressive here, do something different. Scooted up into the baseline and he hits a good serve that skids off the line. I remember feeling it skid. So it was obviously on the line. Sometimes on a dirty court, when the ball hits the line, it'll skid. And so it skidded. I was late, lost that. Now it's deuce for him again. I think this is the one where actually he ends up winning this deuce. Good deep ball by him, but I'm trying to stay inside the baseline. I don't think I'm hitting very well, but I am trying things. So then smart drop shot by him because I'm not moving too well forward and he knows it. So now it's his ad. Not the best serve, but I didn't do anything with it. Like I hit out. So the first ad he gets, he wins it. And I had 6 or 7 ads. So now I'm down 3-0. And like I said, I'm thinking about the SwingVision video. I asked his permission to tape, and he's probably in his mind laughing right now, like, this idiot, why is he taping me? Smoke him. But, at around 3-0, I actually start feeling a little better. I'm like, I'm just going to swing out, play my game. Like, I'm not Mr. Hit a Winner every ball. I try to get a lot of balls back, and then like that one too, I actually remember trying to calm myself down, that I almost looked like falling asleep. So there's obviously a point where you can't calm yourself down so much that you go to bed. So that was all arm, right? No shoulder turn, just swung with my whole arm. So now it's not getting better. Look at that. I didn't recognize it. If it's a decent serve, I got to step forward. So now I'm like love 40, love 3. See, SwingVision said that ball was in, but I don't think I questioned him. I think I thought I saw it out too. Decided to serve and volley to change it up a little, but it didn't work. So I'm love 40. That's just a late hit. When you're late and you don't come over the ball, it flies out. So now it's 4-love him. And this is going by pretty quick, right? That's not a bad return. That's sort of what I do for a return anyways. It could probably be a little deeper. But look, I'm if you would have watched my video the other day of my practice, he's doing to me what I was doing to the guys I played, which was they were constantly running diagonally backwards and I was standing my ground pushing them around. And that's what he's doing to me here. He has me moving, he has me running, I'll throw in an air, and then he'll give me a good drop shot, or he'll just trust his shot and hit and kill it. And so he throws in lots of drop shots. And like I said, I mean, it totally makes sense now that I'm looking at myself. Not only do I look a little out of shape body-wise, but if he sees me on my heels, why wouldn't he do that? So he's just paying attention. You got to give him props for that. So 5-0, right? 5-0, I think. And I hope SwingVision catches everything, because sometimes it messes up. And again, I don't know how to do the scoring. So this time at least I kept the miles per hour up and where the balls land and stuff. But I know there's a function to do the scoring. And again, I thought I did it right, but I guess I didn't. So this is me attempting to do some different things, some serve and volleying. He was calm under pressure there. That's good on him, right? Nice. He could have been worried because I was trying to slam the net a little, but he didn't. That was a decent approach by me. I mean, I just got to do something to win the game here. I can't go down 6-0. Look, that ball, I remember being frustrated with this point because now that I see it, I'm not hitting as hard as I thought, but I actually thought like 3 or 4 times during that point that I should have won the point. And then I remembered later that I'm playing a younger person who's in shape, and I'm not playing someone older who's very out of shape, right? So I that's another thing that I have to like pay attention to. Like if I'm playing these younger kids, I have to be aggressive and finish the point. I can't think that they're going to just be lazy and old or let the ball pass. So this is the start of the second set, I think. I wish the score was up. But I remember just going, I don't care what happened the first set. I remember literally thinking that and believing it. It wasn't like I was tricking myself or trying to like give myself a fake pep talk. I was actually like, who cares, right? And so I really felt like the start of this set, I did what I think I needed to do, which was not cower. I just lost 6-0. I could have pouted, right? And he could have destroyed me. But I just said, I'm going to keep aggressive. I'm going to, or keep trying to be aggressive, because I wasn't being aggressive, but keep trying to be aggressive. I'm going to keep a positive attitude, and I'm going to try to hold my serve if I don't break his, right? And I think he hit out there. But I don't remember if he goes up 1-0 here or not. He probably does, since it's, I think it's probably like 45 here. But see, he threw in a missed approach there. He threw in a double fault there. So he's sort of helping me, right? Because, but that's the kind of stuff he did a lot too. Nice. Oh, see, so he does go up 1-0. So now I'm down 6-0, 1-0. Okay. Totally can give up. So I have to change hats, I think. That's very important. Change hats. So I'm like, okay, I got to start swinging harder, not just arm-wise, but just turning my shoulders, putting a little more into it. And even though SwingVision doesn't necessarily maybe reflect that, I felt it. I felt like I was swinging a little harder. Look at the serve, though, is an absolute joke. It does nothing for me. But I felt I was at least swinging a little harder. And so, look, I'm standing. See, you can't do that, right? The guy's going to kill you. There you go. Good. So he killed me, and he should be, because I can't slice down the middle to his forehand short. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that's not a bad ball for me. Like, I'm noticing now I'm not moving my feet after the fact, though. I gotta be bouncing. I can't just be standing there watching my shot. Even though I should be able to watch, the ball hit my strings, follow through, I don't have to rush back to the middle, but I should get ready. So anyways, long story short, I end up holding this game. And like I said, I remember just thinking that it wasn't a strokes thing. It wasn't like, oh, hold your grip different, or, do this differently with your follow through. It was literally a mental thing of, I'm not trusting my shot and I'm letting this person dictate everything. And, and I mean, look at him. He's still wearing pants, right? Don't know if you noticed that, but oh, look at that. Was a good shot by me. Okay, so when you're still wearing pants, that means you're very in shape. That's my opinion. When you wear pants out there, that means you're very in shape. And trust me, this kid was very in shape. He can probably run like 20 miles after this match. So anyways, I'm trying to hit here, trying to incorporate my shoulders. Like, that's a good swing from, being on my back foot there, open stance. See, that one, maybe I could have come in then. That one, definitely I could have come in, maybe up the line. Like, then what I do, slice down the middle and maybe put him as the aggressor. I mean, I was the aggressor for 2 or 3 shots there. And then I decided to slice down the middle and let him change the whole tempo of the point, which he does well. So, I mean, these are not giving him credit things. I'm just saying I can do better is the point of what I'm saying. And look at me breathing hard with my mouth open. Okay, so that one, SwingVision calls out. I remember thinking in my head, I thought it was in. But anyways, he's playing very fair. So I'm not going to question someone on something. 1 ball out of the whole set. First serve does nothing ever, right? Huge problem. Then I won that game, 1-1. And I go, okay, playing pretty good. Good return by me there. Could have sliced that, but instead I tried to hit 2 hands, which was good. I was like proud of myself. I'm not going back to lazy slicing. Okay. I'm trying to keep my ground. I'm intentionally thinking about being on the baseline. Okay. And then even though I'm on the baseline, he still gets me with the drop shot. I'm not reacting. I'm not thinking about it. I remember later on in the set, I get one of them. And because I actually was like on my toes, leaning forward, like thinking about it. See, and he has the ability to hit a forehand winner when he wants to. So that's another good thing for him. See, it doesn't look great like my stroke right now. But I remember thinking like, I got to hit a deeper ball here because anything short, he just does what he wants, right? Yeah, I was going to say that was out. Oh my gosh. Stepping forward. See, that was all arm, just swinging with my arm. That's good spin. I think this is the ball I try to get. Yeah, okay. So I actually get it once out of like 8. So it's still 1-1. But I remember he was serving good there. Look, ace. So that's 2-1 him. But again, I'm still thinking like, well, it's only 2-1. Yes, I lost the first set, but the awesome thing about these opens at the early rounds is you're playing a 10-point tiebreaker in the 3rd set. So, I don't know why. I might be thinking of it wrong. You tell me if you feel differently, but I feel like losing the first set isn't that big of a deal because you don't have to win 2 more sets to win the match. You just have to win 1 more set. And then it's a coin flip in the tiebreak, right? It's a longer tiebreak because it's to 10. But it's really it's a lot better odds, I feel, if you go down the first set that you're not out. At least that's how I think of it. So that's what I was thinking here. I'm not out. Come on, just start playing your game, win this set, and let's get to the tiebreak. That's what I kept thinking. But obviously, props to him. He wasn't thinking the same thing, or he was thinking the same thing I was. He was probably like, step on this guy's throat. So he just kept playing his normal way, which was just quality tennis. Never really let me hit a winner, because like I said, he's young and in shape. When I don't have a good serve and when I'm not returning deep, It's just who's going to be the better ground stroker. And he's going to, I remember that shot. That was like my best shot of the whole match. But he's going to win out during the ground stroke point. So I remember I hit the camera here, right? Like, dang it. So we're going to have this horrible view for the end of it. But I hit a good passing shot there. And again, I'm not, okay, so it might even be 2-1 me. Oh, no, 2-2. It's 2-2, sorry. 2-2, there you go. I'm getting caught again. Like trying to be aggressive, staying on the baseline. So in a weird way, I caught myself. But, I could have moved in or moved back or, taken it on the rise instead of doing what I did there. So that's the last game I win. I lost 6-0, 6-2. So I don't feel like the 6-2 was as bad as it looks on paper, because 6-2 is a blowout. But I'm at 2-all. I have a good chance to win one or two more of these games. In fact, I have some ads, a couple balls where I thought I was in control and could have capitalized. But that's obviously the mark of a good player too, meaning him, where he's not going to let you capitalize. So I'm down 2-3. I think this is the game where I have an ad or maybe a 35 and felt like I could have won the point. See this now, I'm trying to recognize. I remember that one. I was like, oh dang, I'm slow and old. And then the hip hop, that's right. Pop. But I felt like this game, it's not over yet. I'm down 2-3. I should have the advantage by serving, even though my serve's not good. But I got to continue to step in. It's deep, 15-all. I got to continue to step in and just be aggressive. If he's going to keep moving me around, especially this late in the game, then I got problems. So I'm trying my drop shot, which is horrible. And I actually knew he was going up the line on that one. And then I try to lob him. What was I thinking? I should just put it away. But anyways, just bad choice. So 15-30. That slice is not working, especially on this guy who is aggressive and has a good forehand. I don't even know who that works against. Like, where did I think that was okay to do it? Like someone, I don't know. Maybe somewhere down the line it worked against someone and I remembered it. My brain told me use it, but it's obviously the wrong choice. So for some reason, I remember this game being a lot closer, but I think it's 15-40 right now. So it's obviously not. Like that's, I think 2-4. That was a let. I think he hits one more let, if I remember. Yeah. Another let. All I care about is winning this game. I don't care if it looks ugly. I just kept telling myself, this is the hugest game of the match for me so far, right? So he has a good serve there. I call that in, which SwingVision said the serve was out, but he gave me a gift there. 15-all. Another good serve by him. He's in that good serve wide on me. He's recognizing something, which I don't recognize, but he's not going up the tee on the deuce side to me, which is usually like the person's weak side, their backhand. But he's slicing out wide to me, and he's sort of recognizing that I'm not moving good that way. So it's 30-15 him, moving me around, then drop shots behind me there as I'm running away. 40-15. That's a good return by me. See, those are the returns I got to start doing. And I remember thinking in my head, like, look at this point. I actually stopped. Like, I'm sorry, I got to rewind that because that was so ridiculous. Oh gosh, I know am I going to screw this recording up? Okay, well, I think I totally screwed up this recording. So let's pretend I didn't do that. But so anyways, what I wanted to show is like in two more shots. That's his good serve, again. And then I wanted to show which was I hit a really good return. And then I hit a pretty good backhand, which he gave me the short ball. And then when I hit the short ball, you'll see me pretty much stop hitting. Yeah, I think it's right after this one. It's a good drop shot. So I hit a really good return here. I'm actually like a little mad in my brain. I'm like, come on, Tony, what are you doing? Like, so I'm just like, boom. that's a good return, right? This is a good on the rise right here. And then I go, okay, this is put away. But then I just stop looking, what? And then he gets it. And I'm like, oh, thank God he missed it. But I was just like, what am I doing? Like, this guy is very in shape. He's not going to get tired and let the ball go. So I don't know, even at this late in the game, I didn't have the right killer mindset at this point, obviously. Look, that's a great return by me too. I have the ability to step in and do that. It in doubles, for some reason, my brain has me returning like that every time. In singles, I'm not doing a good enough job on the return. I'm just thinking like, put it back in, which isn't the most worst thing to think, because it at least starts the point. Like Joe Jr. said the other day in the podcast, it starts the point, which is half the battle, but it's not the whole battle. I think that's the issue, is it's not going to work against a person who's hitting good. So we're almost done here. I'm sort of screwed up with keeping the score, but I think it was 4-2. I thought I had a shot here on this game. I might have had an ad. I don't remember. Long story short, he gets it. It's now 5-2, him. So I'm down 0-6, 2-5. Had a couple opportunities if I was aggressive to maybe win a game. Maybe it could have been 4-3 him. Maybe it could have been 4-3 me. Probably not, but maybe. Tennis is won by, just a couple points here and there. He's obviously a better player than me. So again, like me saying these things isn't to discount his play at all. It's just me trying to comment on myself playing, and I feel I have more in me to give. And I just wasn't doing it here. But he deserved the win. I would love to hear how he feels about how he played. Was this not his best play? Was he toying with me? Did he think I had some solid balls, but if he knew in the end all he had to do was keep it in one more time, I'll miss? I would love to hear that, actually. Maybe I'll do that too one time, play a match with someone and get two people in here to commentate, me and the opponent. But long story short, it's like I think I'm down like love 40 on 2-5, and I say good match. So that's it. I'm going to keep the screen up for a moment. Just to comment a little more here, which is all in all, congratulations to him for playing just a good, solid match. The way I was playing that day, there's no way to beat a player like this who's in shape, who doesn't miss much. He didn't have the strongest serve, didn't have the best return, but during the points, he's winning the points because he's moving me, because he's aggressive, because he's not really missing that much. And as you saw many times, because he's smart. He would throw in a slice when he needed to. He would become aggressive when he needed to. He would throw in some drop shots when he needed to. And so if I had a good serve, a totally different serve, if it wasn't me and I can borrow someone else's serve, I probably could have got a couple free games out of my serve. Would I still would have lost? Probably, right? Would it have been 2-6, 4-6? Maybe. You know what I mean? So it just those little changes need to happen. I need to have a better serve. I need to be aggressive on my return the full time. Like I was only aggressive like one game in that whole match on my return, which was the last like couple games. So there's a lot that needs to change, but I'll tell you that, like I said in the beginning, it was a little nerve-wracking thinking about putting this video up, even if there's like going to be 5 people only watching it. Still, it's exposing yourself in a way that's not necessarily normal. Like, like I'll watch, if I video a match, it's for me, right? To watch, or to watch me see how I did, get better, examine myself. But then I have to go put it on YouTube, and it's like that little devil on your shoulder is like you don't want to do that. Like, pretend the video didn't work and tell everyone sorry. I won't be able to show you the match, but obviously I wasn't going to do that. So I am proud that I'm putting this up no matter what. It is a very good learning experience because it shows me that there's 3 huge things I need to work on. From a stroke standpoint, one's my serve. If I have a good serve, things are going to change. And I remember every now and then too, when I play a match, if my serve's going good, I'm doing a lot better. That's obvious, right? That's an easy one. Go practice your serve. Go have someone watch your serve, fix the fundamental problems with it, bring up the miles per hour on it. Number two, I need to stay aggressive. I can't, because someone's hitting hard, I can't decide to be on my heels and think I'm going to somehow grind them out when they're 20 pounds less than me, more in shape than me, right? I might be, the old joke again, like wiser, older, smarter, but not really. But I'm just saying, like from an age standpoint. But does that mean that I'm a better grinder? Probably not, right? Because they're younger, they're smart too. They've been playing tennis for a while. They've had success if they're playing in tournaments like this. So the grinding thing's not going to work either. So I got to be aggressive. I got to step up inside the baseline. I got to learn how to take more things on the rise. Something actually, again, like when I said I went out and hit the ball machine this morning when I did some serves, I also did a full ball machine bucket of all on the rise, standing inside the baseline, and then covering that ball to get that spin on the ball, make it drop in, not just flat, hit hard balls that go crazy, but covering the ball. So I'm going to attempt to try to incorporate that more in my play. And I said there was three things, but I totally forget what that third one was. I had three in my brain at the time. But the serve, be aggressive. Oh, the third thing actually is not thinking too much. Because what happens during the match is when I'm not trusting my shot, I end up thinking about multiple things at the same time. Like I'm, and it's actually in an attempt to play smart. And what I mean by that is if I see a person, I don't know, standing back on their heels, I might go through 3 shots in my head. Well, should I drop shot? Should I put them back on their heels again to come in? Should I hit hard? And then so I think it's a form of second guessing, but at the moment, I think I'm trying to attempt to be smart. But at the end of the day, I can't have 3 or 4 shots in my head. I just got to have 1 shot in my head and trust it and go for it. And so it's very detrimental to my game to think that much. I just got to get out there, trust my shot, be relaxed, have fun, be confident. And I think I'm going to play a lot better if I do that. So the series was fun taping for you because it sort of got me to, like I said, examine myself a little more, which I don't always do. I might have played this tournament without ever taping myself and not realizing all this stuff. And I worked hard in preparation up to this tournament. So I hope I do this again. It was actually a lot of work, like taping all this stuff, getting all the cameras ready, preparing and thinking about tennis the week before. And I got a life outside of tennis, obviously, like everyone else probably on this listening to this podcast. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it. And let me try to stop recording on this screen and stop the podcast. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. See you next time.